Good morning. How are you doing, Carol? Let's see if I can imagine what you're saying. I thought it would be a good morning to talk about issues that are coming up around Christmas. So, in the meantime, Carol, let me pull a card for you. Good. Well, this is an interesting card, Carol. It says, "Today I love myself fully. I accept myself exactly as I am. I am able to recognize my own divinity and to appreciate the purity of my soul. I take the time to care for myself. I enjoy myself. I nurture myself. I am kind to myself. I'm grateful for who I am." And there's your image. Look at the DNA spiraling up top. Mm-hmm. And all that waterfall from inside of your heart. Good morning, Anik and Marby. I will pull a card for everyone here. How's that? And then you can think what you want to ask me for the season. What's coming up about Christmas in your life? Because if it's coming up for one, and it's coming up for more than that. Oh, hope is for you, Annie. I don't know if you can, it looks like walking through doorways. How's about that? As I enter the great school of life, I hold tight to my faith in God. God's love guides me and guards me in every situation I encounter. Regardless of what I confront, I trust in my true nature. Today I welcome life. I know the light will always return, and there will always be infinite possibilities for me. That was a great one. Carol says hers was amazing and perfect. Here's Julie, learning to listen. Does anyone know, are you all just being late? Why there's a delay in you getting on? You used to everybody be on when I came on. You're welcome, Anik. All right, Marby, this one's for you. It's about trusting. Today I trust in God no matter what happens as my day unfolds. I will remember to remain in the harmony and will maintain in my sense of humor. And I will keep my focus on God's love for me. In these ways, I will minimize drama and increase my inner spiritual strength. That's a pretty good image. You're sitting right in his hands. Very nice. Here's some other people. All right, Julie, learning to listen. Let's see what these life cards are going to say to you. Very nice. Strength. Today I maintain control of my emotions. I rise above self-doubt. I affirm my own power and stand strong in my unshakable faith. Today I know that I have the strength to overcome anything I encounter. I find my courage in the truth, holding tight to the force of love. I triumph over fear. Let me show you that again. Very good. And I have to say to you, I think these cards are the most accurate cards I've found. So let's see here. Christina, good morning. Wow. I know, sometimes it's so long that I use them, I don't remember. A door to the infinite. Let's see what that means. At my heart center, there is a door that leads to the infinite. Today, I visit my heart center and open that door. As I enter, I experience a deep sense of serenity and understand that I am eternal, that I am indestructible. From here, I can see beyond my life's challenges to the higher levels of my existence. I know now that my inner light is infinite. Very good, Christina. Okay, so that's a card for everybody. So does anybody have something that's going on in their life that they would like for me to help them see why it's there and why it's happening and how to perceive it? I guess next week is Christmas Day, right? So, and look what came. That day is going to be filled with unconditional love. If not everywhere for you, definitely from the heavens it will be. Today I choose to see the light in everyone. I seek the divine in each being, and I accept others as they are. I bring compassion to all my brothers and sisters of the light. I offer unconditional love to everyone I meet. I join my soul with theirs so that we may grow together in universal love. And that's what everybody who here has been doing, joining the souls. So let's do our setup and see where we're going to go from there. So we're going to call in the light of Mother and Father down into the depths of our hearts. And I hope after being here for a while, you can become somewhat accustomed to that feeling, to the resonance of their never-ending love that's always there. And so no matter when you go to find it, it's there. And we're going to ask all the angels to come today and all the ascended masters. And we're going to welcome from the universe those beings who are maybe in a different land, but also walking the path of light. And always is there more to learn. So much more to learn. And that can sometimes be the difficulty. Oh, Marby said, thank you. That's what she needed for her day. There are no doubts here. But sometimes people don't understand. There's a lot of reading, understanding, practicing that takes what you need to be and to become. It isn't just listening here and there, but it's a journey. And that could be the difficulty for some people, is they don't want to put that time in. And then you need to understand that you're really not going to get there to where the doorway opens and it's infinite on the other side. You have to put the effort in and continue to learn beyond where you are. So let's pull a card for the group. How's that? Wow. This says it all. I am free. Yeah, I am free. Today I find the veil of my ego has lifted and a vision of my new life has appeared. Now I am focused on my inner growth. What I was just talking about. I listen only to the voice of my heart and remain steadfast in the energy of love that I find there. I'm now free of duality, fear, and judgment, and I move forward on my path to inner peace. You can see she has a set of doves on either side, and I love that tree. And of course, the water, it's all perfect. Free to be who you are. You know, Christmas is so many different things to so many different people. For those who are very connected to their divinity, it's on one level a receiving of God's grace inside you, receiving all his blessings and being grateful for that, and being able to be one of his servants in those days, helping others. For others, it's about getting what they want. And hopefully, that's not what the majority of you here have taught your children or whoever. It's not about that. It's about meaningfulness, and how that looks and appears in a life. Certainly, there are things in life we need, but it's from a great level of compassion that we can give with and understanding. I was able to talk to my grandson yesterday, maybe Saturday, whom I haven't talked to for quite a while. And apparently he wears a hood all the time. I said, take your hood off. You're not talking to me like that. And wondrous to all things, he takes his hood off and you can actually see how absolutely beautiful he is. And we talked about gifts, and he hadn't really known anything he really wanted, because what he ended up wanting was really all too expensive. So we talked about things when he was little, and he wanted me to send him to his mother so he could show them to him, which I guess the father won't allow it to come to his son. It's all right. Love the grand BBZ. Don't know what that means. But it was very uplifting for me. Chance lived with us with his dad when he was little. So when a long time goes that I haven't seen him, and I couldn't tell you how tall he was. I couldn't, in their small kitchen, figure it out. So he's growing. He has his life planned. He's going to business school. And has, how many of 13 know exactly where they're going, have it planned where they're going to be. Love the grandbabies. Yeah, we all certainly do. It's our shot at trying to be loving and kind to another generation if we weren't enough for ours, which you always go back and wonder. So, as Christmas plans come about, is everyone calm and centered and happy? Let's see. 13 grand teens, yes. He turns 14 in a month. Yes, so I had to put on something. Birthday, too. That is just how it is today. And he sells tennis shoes, very unique ones. He has his own YouTube. He's quite excited about it. I can't imagine who would want to buy it. But I guess the young teenagers do, when they gather their money together. Who's to know? And he smiled real big because we used to all sing in the car on taking him to school. And he remembered those free times when, things weren't what they are now, I guess, for him. So, any questions for this week? It's easy to say, yes, this is about the birth of Christ. And not only that, but it's the birth of Christ within us. And the understanding of his grace as it lives there to support us and to guide us and to walk the lands of the sand without fear, without feeling lost, without feeling that no one cares. It's not dependent on what our world looks like. It's what lies inside you from Jesus and Mother and Father. And they have always been there for you, always. I am assured that, and I can feel and know that. So when those moments come and you figure, oh, well, this isn't working, you need to take a breath and bring in forgiveness. First and most importantly to yourself. There's never a need to forgive God unless it's a misperception you have. And that, again, is your own forgiveness of yourself or another. All things said, done, actions are purposeful. They're part of the action of the world here upon earth. It's about a lesson. It's about an opportunity to grow. And so when you come here, there's something you're here to process and to eliminate from the consciousness of who you are. And those things are still going to pop up. And when they do, when you can say to them, oh, I know what this is about. And you can freely make different choices and love the things that have always been so hard. The anger, the frustration, the action. Remember, there's a lesson in those things. And when you can bring them in and embrace them within your love, then you have moved forward. You have moved forward out of that old karmic action and are moving more towards the infinite door that we saw on someone, which is for all of you always. The infinite door into a lighter experience of life. And isn't that really what we always want? But you know what people don't always get is that's not going to happen without Jesus and Mom and Mother and Dad with us, in the heavens. We have to open to that because that's their world that we were born to and are now a choice as to how we do it. We choose our parents. We choose what's happening. So if we could only remember that when times are difficult, why am I experiencing this? Well, there's either a purpose for you or the person who it's happening with. And then that's when the exciting part comes. Because you can sit with yourself and go, is this for me to look at differently? Or is it for me to be loving and let them choose? Do you know how different it is if you have a relationship with someone that you've never been loving in? You should try it, even if it's a friend. And even if there's things about them that you don't like. That's not a requirement. It's about being loving, no matter who it is, to honor the light people hold. Jesus was always right. Love your neighbor as yourself. So what the real mirror is mirroring you back to you. And if you found something within you that wasn't what you think loving should look like, then you need to reach your arms around yourself and forgive for whatever it is you did. And then secondly, pour in the love of God from up in the heavens and ask it to come and be around you and to enliven your ability to feel it. And life will be different. Life will be different. And people will sense it about you, that you're someone they can trust with their heart. Maybe they can't trust themselves, but they're willing to trust you because they can feel that goodness in you, that loving willingness to see the truth. You know, and there is no such thing as shame. Did any of you have the awareness that shame is the largest, how do I say this, negative emotion we can have about ourselves? And it's all false. My first teacher, Luis de la Lama, explained to me that there is no such thing. It's a man-created experience. Good. So, if there's something even back when you were a child and you have shame about it, you probably wouldn't even want to discuss it here. Well, then you need to forgive yourself. That you would even go to such lengths as to put the attached word to it as shame. For it was purposeful to learn something. That is what it was about. And even if it's now 20 years later or 30 years later, you can still forgive and let it go and embrace it with love and become more of a loving soul. Remember, there is no true word such as shame. It is an illusion that's created from the human form. Yeah. So Julie received her answer without asking the question out loud. You know, I had a thought and it went, maybe it'll come back. We're all the children of God. One's not better than another. We're just in a different place, perhaps, on our journey. And that's the simplest thing to understand, but our ego doesn't like that response. My statement for my school last weekend was, if you can take the time to let go of the anger, the fear, and the separation, perhaps a very extraordinary part of you can emerge. Have you ever thought of that? Why isn't that extraordinary part of you there today, perhaps? Because you're attached to the negative, the fear, the anger, the separateness. So, what a great gift for everyone here to give yourself this weekend is to choose to no longer be afraid, to be angry, or to be separate in any way. And begin to be awake to watch what's the extraordinary part that's emerging. Is it the loving tone in your voice? Tones of the voice do change. I can say it happens. The way you look at people does happen, changes. The way you hold your body, it changes. It happens. So if curiosity is something that any of you are a part of, you might become curious about, well, what will change for you? because there's no doubt in my mind that it's not a possibility for every one of you. So, no questions? Yes, Carol's asking everyone to do. Hit the thumbs up button. It helps the channel. It helps it give other people opportunity to get to know it. But everyone seems busy today, and I'm so grateful to all of you who've come, who've taken your time to listen, and to give the love you have to all of us that are here to receive it. See, little do we know it, but Julie's learning to listen. We can now feel her energy even more. And Carol, and Marby, and Annie, Christina. We become our own group in the hands of God in His eye. And we're going to be blessed. I really can't say how. By the love of Mother and Father in some way this week and this weekend. And if you have a small child in your world, just remember to tousle their hair a little bit on their head when you're knowing you're bringing through God and Mother's light. And whether they see it or feel it or not, you got to know there's a burst of stars all around their head. And it'll be beautiful. And perhaps they'll come and give you a bigger hug at the end of the day. Who's to know? It's open to pay attention to these things. Be willing to hear their silly little talk. And to be interested about what they're talking about. Let's see what Julie wrote here. Thank you for sharing your many years of study and practice with us. Blessings for you and your family over the holidays and into this new year. I'm very grateful, Julie, and thank you so much for all of you. For here we are on Monday the 18th, right? And at least the rain and wind has stopped here. I don't know where you all live, but it was pretty cold and pretty windy here in Florida, which is very unusual. But it's back to normal. It's beautiful, cool weather this morning. So I'm going to pick one more card. Yeah. And this one is crossing into the light. You know, there is a point when that happens, when you don't question it. There's a while that you start and you study, but then there's a point when you begin to really work with your higher self and how to be in this world and with the masters. And you cross a bridge. Sometimes you stand on a fence and kind of teetle your way over it, you know. Today I face a new bridge that I must cross on my journey to inner transformation. Today, like every day, I will practice the laws of universal love. Thus, I will deal with the current situation in a positive way so that I continue to grow and evolve. As I cross this bridge on my way towards the light, I am reminded of the true meaning of life. Does anybody know how to answer that? What would the true meaning of life be? California is having just a little bit of weather. Well, I think you've had enough for the year. That's my human perception. But we can hope that all of America has an uplifting experiences this week. They would have an answer for that? What's the true meaning of life? I'll give you my answer. It's love. It's the beginning, the end, and the middle. Now, it's perfectly fine if you all have a different answer. I'm just going to say to you, love is where it begins, love is how you live it, and love is where you end. That's my perception. But that's the beauty of it, is we're all willing. I'm assuming, Carol, that says to live. It's, you have I-V-E-R-L. To love also. Anybody else have an idea of what's the meaning of life? Listening and learning the language of love. Well, that's why I guess you're learning to listen, yes? Very good. Yes, it is a whole process to clear the reception inside the consciousness of self so that you can truly hear. And there's some healing that needs to go on there before you can hear the love, before you can hear the acceptance. Yes, I mean love. Okay. Very good, Carol. But your life will change when you start living with love pouring into you from the heavens, pouring out of your heart to everyone around you, and on your path as you walk forward. Very different. And there's a peace and a harmony that comes, and an acceptance. So I'll be here tomorrow. We'll do messages. And does anyone know why everybody comes later? Usually everybody was on here right away. So I'm just curious. So many blessings to all of you. I hope you have a wonderful week. If you're not going to be back tomorrow, but if you're going to be here tomorrow, we'll see what Mother has to say to all of you. Thank you so much.